Hi everybody, this is a review of the JXD S7800B, the 16GB model, luckily enough for me. It's a really nice tablet. It's got a very responsive touchscreen, 1280 by 800 resolution. The hardware controls are great. Games that support hardware controls detect this automatically and engage. One to note is Asphalt 8 uses the hardware controls natively, and it is so much better using those controls than the tilt or touch screen. So yeah, as you can see, you've got joysticks here and here, analog joysticks. There's a digital pad here, normal button configuration here. On this side we have the options button, so if I press that, it brings up the Android options. Back button here, and a start and select button, and then over here there's a game configuration. As you can see, that brings up the configuration menu for positioning buttons, so you can move these buttons to where you need to put them for games that don't support native control of the hardware. And once you've configured it, including the joysticks, and you can even do the individual pointers of the digital pad. So once that's in position, you press the save button here, and it will remember that every time you load that app again in the future. It will automatically bring up the configuration that you've set for it that first original time. So it's really cool. On the front there's a camera. I don't know if you can see it, the light is a bit poor in here. On the top we have a L1 and L2 shoulder button set up. They are nice and responsive, and the same with the R1 and R2 buttons here. The volume rocker is on the side, and the power switch is on this side. You can see on the end here, this is a attachment point for a lanyard, and there's another attachment point for a lanyard on this side. So I don't know whether they intended to have a neck strap or something, I don't know, but it's cool. Stereo speakers on the front here and here, and on the back there's also a camera, and JXD, you can see the QC pass. But yeah, it's really a joy to use. It's quite thick compared to tablets of this day and age, but it's not ridiculously heavy, and it's as far as I'm concerned, a small price to pay for the fact that I have hardware control built in. Also on the top, you can see there is a power jack, 2.5mm, which actually makes it a little bit hard to charge, because most tablets use micro USB these days, but this one being a Rockchip 3188 CPU and Mali MP4 GPU, that setup has to use a separate charge port rather than the micro USB. As you can see, there is micro USB, but that is just for data transmission and OTG on the go functions. There's your 3.5mm headphone jack and mini HDMI, which also works perfectly. The tablet itself benchmarks quite well. It's equivalent to Galaxy S3 and above, which runs, you know, most things. Compatibility is a bit of an issue. Some games on the market, Google Play market, show up as incompatible, but most are fine to run. As you can see here, I have Shadow Gun, Strike Fleet, Omega, Raven Sword, Clash of the Clans, Tank Battles, Riptide 2, that's natively supported with the hardware controls, and Asphalt 8 is natively supported. Critical Strike Portable, excellent game, people. Highly recommend that one, and that is also natively supported. So yeah, you can pick these up for a bargain these days as well, if you can find one. They're a bit rare these days, but highly recommend it. Anyway, good luck.